Hi there, and thank you for joining me again for this week's edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. I'm delighted to talk to you a little bit today about Thailand. That's the theme for this week's newsletter, partly because, well, of course, I'm here in Thailand, as most of you know, but more importantly, today we release the first edition of our new series of programs called LiveAways, which is happening here in Koh Samui, Thailand, next January, a year from now. And so a lot of Canadians don't know terribly much about Thailand. I mean, we know it's a country in Southeast Asia. You know, we might know that the capital is Bangkok. I think many people have seen the movie Hangover. And that's, unfortunately, a lot of the images that get conjured up when people think about Thailand. Probably a lot of us have tried Thai food before because, of course, Thai restaurants have become as ubiquitous as Chinese or French or Italian. And maybe Red Bull, for example, which comes from Thailand. But beyond that, other than what we might have learned in geography class way back when, if we haven't actually been here, we don't know much about it, which is why relatively few Canadians actually make it over here. And if they do, they come on a short stop. They might visit Bangkok, they might visit Chiang Mai, they might transit through on their way to someplace else in Southeast Asia. But a lot of people don't really take the time to really explore what Thailand is all about. And it's really an amazing country. It's why I call it home. As many of you will know, I decided to call this home and build a home here some years, well, I just finished it about a couple of years ago. And it's very near and dear to my heart. So that's why it's particularly special that I'm bringing you this edition. Now, the destination in focus here is Koh Samui. So let me give you the geographical overview. And you'll find a map in the brochure, which is in the link below. But of course, you can also Google it and see exactly what I'm talking about. But Thailand to the north, and Thailand is a fairly large country. I mean, nothing near the size of Canada, but still it houses 70 million people. So it's almost double the population of what we have at home. And up in the north part of Thailand, which is largely forests and arable countryside, you have the borders to Myanmar and China and Cambodia and Laos. And then down here in the south, so there's a big ball in the north, and then there's an isthmus that connects Thailand down to the countries further south, like Malaysia, which borders Thailand immediately to the south. And we have on one side the Indian Ocean, or what they call the Andaman Sea, and on the other side we have the Gulf of Thailand. That's where we are situated here. And Koh Samui, which is the island next to us, is actually the second largest island in Thailand. The first largest is Phuket, which is on the Indian Ocean side of the country. And Phuket has Koh Samui, but Phuket in particular has become a tourism mecca over the last 30 years. It went from a backwater sort of fishing villages to one of probably the #1 beach destination, sun destination in all of Southeast Asia. They have international flights coming from all over the place. Koh Samui followed quickly on its footsteps, and back about 30 years ago they built an airport there, and that opened up the island to tourism from all over the world. And so the environment here is, of course, tropical. Here we are, it's the end of January. The weather outside, it's 30 degrees during the day, and maybe 24 or 25 at night. So it's a wonderful place to be, and the temperature is pretty much the same all year round. It gets a little hotter in our springtime, and it gets a little cooler and a little wetter in November, December, January. And so one of the reasons I picked Koh Samui is because I know that a lot of you are at home in the cold, you can't go out, there's a pandemic happening, lockdown, you might otherwise find yourself in Florida or Arizona or California or in the Caribbean somewhere, and you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do next? Where am I going to go next year? And so the idea behind our live-away programs, and in particular Thailand, is it's a way to get out of the cold for those chilly months of the year back home, to someplace that's a little bit different, a little bit more, a little bit less familiar than what we're otherwise accustomed to. And so here in Koh Samui, when you arrive, it is actually remarkably similar to what you'll find in any of the traditional sun destinations. You know, it's a big international airport, it's all outdoor, it's beautiful. And when you drive around, You see sandy beaches, you see palm trees, it's mountainous, there's lots of lush forests, but more importantly for a lot of us, there's a great infrastructure. There's tons of hotels and restaurants and cafes and bars and all manner of things to do. There's even a golf course on Koh Samui. So you have a ton of things that you can do, much as if you were taking the time to spend your winter vacation down south somewhere. And that's part of what makes it so exciting. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that you get a great bang for your buck. Your dollar goes a long way down here. And I think you'll see that when you read through the program and you see what you get for the money paid. And that's one of the reasons why I'm particularly excited to bring this program to you. So listen, I'll let you review all the details that you'll find in the magazine. And if you have any questions at all about Thailand, about Koh Samui, join us for our webinar, which is this coming Thursday, February the 4th at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, our usual time. I see there's a great number of people that have signed up already. But there you'll have a chance to find out a little bit more about what the program is all about, what goes down, a little bit more about Thailand, and you might just, consider taking a trip down here and spending a month and really getting to know this country a little bit closer at the same time while enjoying this wonderful warm weather, the beautiful nature, the waterfalls, and everything else that this country has to offer. So there's lots in the program, and I've got lots more to share about Thailand. This is will be the first of more videos that we do about it. And so I look forward to seeing you on our webinar next week. You'll find the link to register for that in the blog below. Of course, if you can't attend, we'll send you a copy of the recording of that webinar. It'll be posted on our website. And make sure you download that brochure, which is in the link below, to find out all that information. I look forward to catching up with you again. And then our next webinar, which will be 2 weeks later, will be about Madeira, which is our second LiveAway program. Madeira being, of course, an island that belongs to Portugal in the Atlantic Ocean just off the coast of Africa. So in the meantime, take care, stay warm, and stay healthy. And I look forward to catching up with you and seeing you all very soon.